Hello everyone, and welcome to Hal and I's videography YouTube channel. This video will be the first educational video in a series of educational videos with the intent to teach everyone how to do photography. This first lesson is on the relationship between f-stop and shutter speed. I don't think that's gonna fit through there. Wait a minute, hold on. There you go, there you go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my friend Hal Brainerd and I are out here in Thompson Valley, Virginia, and Hal's got all of his stuff.
That looks so ridiculous, but you know what?
It's all in good fun. I'm excited because Hal and I are going to do a photography video for you all today, explaining some stuff, because Hal's the expert photographer here.
And this is where we hope to show you the importance between the opening size of your aperture and the shutter speed. And I've never seen so much water, so I hope I'm not wrong. I hope we can get down in there to show what we want to show. Once we get down in there, you'll actually be able to feel the thermocline, the change of the temperature of the air as we drop deeper into the hole. So it's made a very unusual ecosystem that one of the universities in the area has really sealed off to the public, and they use it as a study in the college. So again, what we want to explain today is the relationship between your shutter speed and your aperture opening, which is how much light you let in. You know, if you put your aperture on a real tiny physical hole, physical aperture, you're not letting much light in, so you're going to have to give it a much longer exposure. And this is going to be our image sensor. This is what is collecting the light, which is going to be water. So the light's going to be going into our mug with a tiny aperture. This is our tiny aperture. And we're going to see how long it takes to fill the mug, fill our image sensor using a tiny aperture. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Our image sensor is full of light. With that little aperture, we filled our image sensor in 4 seconds. Now, if we had overfilled the image sensor, we would have had too much exposure. We wouldn't have had any detail in our image. So don't overfill your image sensor, okay? All right, so now we have a big physical aperture. This is much, much larger than that little tiny one. So it's going to fill our light sensor up a lot quicker. And in fact, this is probably where I need 1/100th of a second on my camera, because I'll probably fill this up quicker than I can count. But we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Here we go. 1000. Well, I overexposed my picture. My image sensor got way too much water in it, and I couldn't even get 1000 out. So obviously we needed a really short shutter speed on this one. I can throw that image away. It's no good. I just covered my keys with it. You know, the one problem I think everyone has with exposure and shutter speed relation is when we talk about the size of that aperture. I keep saying a large physical aperture or a small physical aperture, because the engineers weren't really working with us artists when they gave us the numbers on this. This little dinky aperture, this small aperture, has a real big number. This could be 16, 22, 32, even in the old days. You know, when I got started as a dinosaur, 64 was even available. And this great big aperture, this has this little tiny number, 1.4, 2.8. You know, it's just the opposite of what your brain wants to think about. So, you know, when someone tells you a small aperture, it's going to be a great big number. And unless you put that into your head, this is going to take you weeks to figure out. But put that in your head, and it's not going to be a problem. Think about the video we just showed you. I think you're going to find it really simple. If you got a small aperture, it's going to take a lot more seconds. Hey, have a good day. We'll talk to you later.
Well, I thank you all so much for watching today. Hal is such a wealth of knowledge. He's been a professional photographer for over 50 years, and he taught college for 5 years, and I'm hoping... Oh, 3 years. 3 years of college, not 5. But nonetheless, I hope you all got something out of this. Hal and I are going to be creating more content, so be sure that you subscribe so that you can get in on all the action. And, you know, if you get a chance, go out there and implement this in your photography. The important thing is to get out there and try. And if you make a complete wreck of it, it's a learning experience. That's what it's all about. So, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing on this video. And we will see you in the next one. God bless.